Greetings, Vault citizens. Johnny 5 Alive here, your Vault Overseer, and welcome back to another episode of Settlement Spotlights. And in today's video, we're going to be looking at another Sanctuary build, my first ever settlement in Fallout 4. So stay tuned, and let's check it out. Alright guys, as mentioned, this is my first Fallout 4 settlement. On this character, I played for roughly 200 hours. I got to level 50, started building, and then restarted on a different character because I wasn't too happy with my build, and I just wanted to try something different out. And I kind of wanted to expand upon my Sanctuary and have a much bigger goal. So if you guys didn't see the last episode, go check it out. It's a really grand version that kind of spawned from this creation here. So I still think this is a really good episode to show you guys, to get you into my mindset of how that first creation came to be. So let's dive right on into it and show you guys this settlement. All right, everybody, here we are. This is my very first character. Brings back some memories. Show you a quick thing on my perk chart really quickly because we're here. This character, I did decide to go with the first person playthrough, where you actually go into, I think it's the charisma, and you can taunt enemies and you pacify them. They become your pets. And because I have characters as my pets, there was really no reason to use VATs or anything. So I target someone, make them my pet, and just shoot. And that's where I went into stuff like steady aim. So this is a run and gun character that could convert people to my side. And while it was fun, I just found that the, I guess, intimidation thing in this game was a little bit janky. And I wanted to really get into the VAT, so that's why I restarted. So here we are, we have a side gate for this fort, and you will notice that this fort looks kind of similar to the one, my other big creation. And that big creation took a lot of inspiration from this. One thing I will note, I think a lot of people end up gravitating towards this yellow house, building, you know, alongside of it, to the left of it even, because it has your workbench, it has your power armor station, has all your goodies, and it just seems kind of like a natural thing to just start building a fort up here. So that's what this ended up doing, but I didn't really plan. I was tinkering. This is my first time ever building something with settlement mode, so I ended up collecting my power armors and giving them little parking stalls and stuff like that. And in future episodes you see that, or in the last episode, you see that I find much more grand places for them, and a lot more, because I didn't realize how many power armors you do end up collecting in this game. And I ended up having to just scatter them about in different random areas because I was getting too many of them. This brings back memories. This is where I used to store all my stuff. And again, this was another thing that I noticed, where I wasn't going to have enough storage room. There wasn't enough boxes in here. So you start small, you start putting things in, you're having fun with it, and then you start realize, oh, I should have planned much bigger. And that is what I really do love about Fallout 4, is there's a ton of stuff to collect, showcase, build, and you know, for some people the settlement mode was a hit and a miss. They didn't even bother playing with it. For me, it was a great addition. I have so many memories of just, I would go out there, kill, collect. And, you know, when you play in the game and you're binging it and you're having so much fun and you're just into the game, after a while you do get a little bit redundant. You're just like, I need a break from all the chaos, the shooting, the exploring, and I just need something to kick back and relax for a bit. And I always remember coming back here to Sanctuary, like, I need a break from the game, but I still, like, I'm feeling in the mood to play video games still, and rather than going to a different video game entirely to get your creative fix, like a Planet Coaster or whatever you're playing at the time that is the creative game of choice, you gotta stay in Fallout and do something creative. And I always remember looking out at the graphics of the game, looking at the sun, and just thinking how beautiful it was, and then getting inspired to build forts and look at them. And then once you build for, you know, a few hours, you're like, okay, I got my fill. Let's go out there and collect more stuff and fill up this place. And while you're out there looting and shooting, you start getting ideas. You start thinking about your sanctuary, what you can do and how you can improve it. And I just really love that back and forth. I think for me, settlement mode is a must-have, and my memories with this game wouldn't be the same without it. I probably wouldn't have put 500 hours into the game. Probably would have just done one clean playthrough, 100 hours, left it at that. So here's my dog's little area. Now, one thing we will get into is, okay, how do you, yeah, this is it. You can pick things up and place them, but then they slide and fall off. I used to try to decorate rooms by placing things on the shelves, but there was a bug in the game where you came back, everything would be on the ground. So that's where I was just like, you know what, if everything's going to fall on the ground, let's just drop all the things that we want to put on shelves as dog toys for dog meat here. And at least they won't, you know, fall off the shelves. They are there for him to play with. And it was a really unfortunate bug in the game because you do end up having all these rooms where you're like, okay, you go in here and there's nothing on the shelves, because when you came back they either fell through the floor or fell through the world at times, even depending on, you know, how glitchy it is. So we're gonna get this mod called OCD Decorator, and we can have some fun with that in our future settlements here, and I think that'll improve things a lot. So anyways, I'm doing a lot of ranting and talking about the game. Let's just talk about the settlement. This little back porch area, where's where I did all my buying and selling. Very comparable to my last my last episode, but I had them all in a row, and I really like this kind of deck area where you could, there was like a meeting bell. Where did I put that? Bing, bing. You can call all the settlers here. They will all come. And I really like the hangout porch patio area where you got a nice view of Concord back there. Yeah, it's just something about it I really liked. Now, one thing I would have liked to have done here is built a garden behind all the houses and stuff. I still have a lot of ideas for Sanctuary, and I think it's just such a good settlement in the game, and it's such a perfect spot to start players because redecorating houses, it gives you that Sims feel. You can build gardens, you can put fences up, and there's just so much refurbishment that you can do. And, you know, you can build your own forts as well, but I like the idea of refurbishing, and that's one thing I haven't done yet. So this is my first level of the floor. I did want to turn this into like a big kitchen eating area with obviously some lounging stuff, but at the time, like I said, I didn't have OCD Decorator. There were no mods for the game at the time, so you couldn't really do any full-fledged decorating. I started getting a little bit better as you collect those magazines in the game, the picket fence magazines. You start to unlock things like plants. That's why in my last fort you saw plants everywhere, lights, and really nice knickknacks, and you get those unlocked as you play the game. This playthrough, I didn't even really know about them, so it did limit me in terms of what I could do for nice decorations like those plants and such, and that really does add a lot of vibrance to these forts. So I have a couple little upper rooms, as you saw with that one there, and I think I have one across here. Yeah, and it is fun building these forts and assembling them together and making these special little walkways with special little stairways that lead you up to little nooks and corners. And here's the little lookout tower. I got a chair. I think I had some guns up here. They probably fell through the world. A foot locker. There's lights for nighttime that shine down at everything. Spotlights. And you really get a good view of the settlement. We got our water towers there to provide water for the settlers. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a fairly small fort, but even something like this takes quite a long time to construct if you're not used to it. So, when you're first building these settlements, you know, just lining it with walls and different things like that, it all could take a little bit of time. And I think the biggest learning curve in this game is learning where the pieces are, because you will go through, let's go into settlement mode for a sec. You will go in here and you go, okay, it's structures, wooden structures, and then you'll go, oh, prefab. Okay, what do I do with this prefab here? And then you plop it down, and then you start playing with these other ones. Okay, this one has a roof. Maybe I don't want that one. Okay, what one? How would this be used? It has a wall, but I could also build my own custom walls. And a lot of the time spent in the settlement mode in this game is kind of just getting an idea of how these things fit together and fun little ways to use them. And then you're just going through and looking at them all, and also, you know, you see these pre-made pieces. Can I stack this on top of that? And in fact you can. It just takes a little bit of fiddling and figuring out, and then, but how do you get up there? And there's pieces that, you know, lead upstairs. I think there's a way to turn snapping off as well, or at least that was a mod. I can't quite remember. So when you do end up building something that's kind of intricate and elaborate, has little peeking windows and little rooms like that that you saw, it does take a lot of shuffling and, you know, covering pieces up, trying to figure out how to fit it in nicely. And the red thing is a real problem. As you can see, it's like, how did I place that in the first place? If I go to pick it up, it immediately goes red. And I think it was a matter of like, if you place that one first, and then I don't even know. I had all these little tricks where if you had it in a certain spot, then you could slide it in and it wouldn't be red. I know I had certain tricks, but the real solution to that problem is to just download that Place Anywhere mod. So as long as you're not on console, you can get the script extender, and that allows you to really do a lot with your modding. And then you could do the Place Anywhere, scrap anything, and etc., etc. So I definitely feel like now that I've been done a couple spotlights, put some thought into this series and what I want to do with it, when I go start building again in this game, I want to grab the mods. I want to grab the Place Anywhere mods and really give it a go, because I know with the Place Anywhere you can also scale objects, rotate them on certain axes. Like a big piece like this, I can't flip it, but with that mod you actually can. So if you see a certain piece, you're like, oh, that's a good piece, but it's not flipped, well, that mod will allow you to do that. So it really gives you a lot of versatility. So I'm looking forward to that and playing around. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Maybe should I start off rebuilding this sanctuary? I saw this mod, housing kits, to make these houses look brand new. I really would love to do that as a project, to restore sanctuary, make it lush, green, happy, and really get into the decorating there. But the thing is, I've already built 2 sanctuary forts. I think it's also not too bad of an idea to go somewhere entirely new, come up with an entirely new idea, and play with some of those mods. I like the idea of a junker town with just piles and piles of tires, maybe even make it so all the settlers are wearing custom outfits, like greaser jackets, and the greaser gang rules the junkyard. Kind of like the den from Fallout 2, if anybody remembers that reference. That is awesome. The den was definitely one of the cooler starting areas. It really felt like you were just embarking into the game, getting into some dangerous territory, thugs and stuff like that. And it was also an area that you got a car in the game. I thought that was a really cool Easter egg or feature. So I also like the idea of turning the movie theater place into kind of like a new Vegas area. Have some of those, there's a mod to get singers and things like that. Dress up everybody pretty. Maybe there's some things where you could download to get like casinos or something. I'm gonna really have to dig into the mod list. So I'd like to know what you guys would like to see. Those are 3 ideas: rebuilding sanctuary, doing junker town, and kind of a new Vegas strip idea. I'll let you guys decide. Maybe I can even bring up a poll in the top right hand corner of this video. Give me your thoughts on those 3. But I'm also going to be diving into the mod list and seeing what kind of mods are available and what kind of ideas can spark from that. And also for this series, there's this new thing, and I'm going to kind of explain it in probably a separate video, but there is a mod that allows you to export settlements, guys. So this here, I can simply export it. Anyone can import it into their game, and there's a whole list of exported blueprints and their settlements. So they could be at any location, they could be at specific locations, they're at any of the settlements that are available in the game. So if we look at the map, there's a whole bunch of different settlements throughout the world. Anyone can build there within the green lines or within the borders, and then they can export that. So obviously, if I wanted to load up somebody's exported sanctuary build, I would have to come to sanctuary to import it. But it gives us a lot of options for these settlement spotlights, because I can simply go to the Nexus mod list and download a whole bunch of cool things to spotlight and feature for you guys. So if you have played this game and you want to show me your settlement, you can simply upload it to the Nexus mod list, find me on Discord, send me a link to it, I plop down and check it out. Now, if you have used mods for them, it'll just say you require these mods to import this, and you know, if you don't have them, there'll probably be some missing objects, and if you do have them, it'll load up just fine. So it's a very cool tool, and it really does open up a lot of capabilities for this series, because I'm not gonna be able to build a settlement every single week, because that would be absolutely insane, but I should be able to bring you guys settlement spotlights every single week because of that tool. So I'm really excited about that. I think it's good information to let you guys know about, so you can kind of get creative, get building. And I also want to kind of figure out what the perfect modding list for settlements is, and see what other people have done, get ideas from the mods, bring it all together, and then I'll probably decide on what it is exactly that I want to build. Boom. So there's all my thoughts, guys. This is my first ever settlement in Fallout 4. Quite a fun little one. I got 2 more that I've built. One's a little farming town. Should be a quick little video. That'll probably come up next. And my last one is a museum. So I'm definitely going to be saving the best for last. So stay tuned for my next 2 creations, guys. And that's going to do it for this episode of Settlement Spotlight. If you guys enjoy, please be sure to smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for more daily videos. And if you enjoy the content on the show, please do consider becoming a patron, as your support helps me make these videos on a daily basis for you. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all have a fantastic day, and we will see you in the next Settlement Spotlight. Bye now.